a chakshu and look at me. He was always in that form. God is always in Vishwaroop only. Only we don't have the vision to look at him in that way. So now, having given that vision, Sanjay is describing. Now you know that Sanjay was reporting this whole incident to Dhritarashtra. So Arjuna became stunned when he got this vision, he saw. So Arjuna was silent with surprise and wonder, and Bhagwan was also silent. So Sanjay is speaking now. So the following is Sanjay's description of what Arjuna saw. See, Sanjay, by the blessings of Vedvyasji and also by the wish of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, had this, could see what Arjuna could see. So he is describing. He says, Sanjay Uvacha Evam Uktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupamaishwaram Evam Uktva Tato Rajan. Sanjay Uvacha. Sanjay is describing the whole thing to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra, being blind, not only physically blind, but he was absolutely deluded. He had so much of attachment to his own son that who overlooked the adharma which he was doing. Dhritarashtra even now had the power to stop this war and to give the kingdom which they had snatched from these Pandavas back to them. And Sanjay hoped that after knowing the glory of Bhagwan Sri Krishna, he will realize his mistake and he will follow the path of dharma. But that is the greatness of delusion, that sometimes it remains very firm, it doesn't go away. Delusion is also quite strong. So this Dhritarashtra was so strongly deluded that he could not understand the glories of the Lord. So, evam uktva tato rajan, he Rajan, having said thus, Bhagwan Sri Krishna, and who is Krishna? Yogeshwaraha, the Ishvara of Yoga. Yoga is not only all the paths, so he is the Lord of all the paths, he knows the secret of all the paths. Yoga also means that in which everything merge. He is the Lord in which the entire cosmos with all the beings and everything merge in him. He is the very, very foundation of this entire creation. He is the Lord. Yoga Ishvaraha and Harihi. Hari also means Haran karne wale. He removes. He is the remover of darkness. He is the remover of all our ignorance and delusion. But to get benefit, we have to surrender to that Lord. He is the remover of our bondage. In the 18th chapter also Bhagavan says, I will remove all your bondage, you surrender to me. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarva papebhya mokshayishyami ma shuchah. I will release, but you should express your desire, your inclination. Bhagavan wants to know our inclination, our desire. Many times we might say we want moksha, but we really don't want moksha. Or we have some other idea in our mind. मोक्ष नहीं चाहिए, थोड़ा सा ये पेट में थोड़ा दर्द हो निकाल दो. Then I will have another round of dinner. So moksha, if we want and if we really desire, then Bhagavan says, I will grant you. So he is the Hari, remover of all sorrow, pain, bondage. Darshayamasa parthaya paramam rupam aishwaram. He started showing his paramam rupam, his supreme form, aishwarya of Ishwariya Roop, the divine form, the grand cosmic form in which everything is there. The grand cosmic, it's not the totality of everything. Even the totality is just a fraction of the great power of that supreme. As I said, gave the example of the pen. So all that is written by that pen, but all that is written is just the glory of that pen. The pen can write much more. It can write much more than what is expressed. Similarly, all this entire cosmos is just a glory of that Lord. He is much more. So he showed that form to Bhagavan, to Arjuna. And just to meditate on this scene itself is a sadhana. We may not be able to imagine the entire thing, but with the help of the words which Arjuna will utter and even Sanjaya, we can meditate on the vastness. When we meditate on vastness, our littleness, it just collapses. See, it's like a balloon which is filled with gas and it rises up in the sky. But that gas is struggling to come out. It is bound by these walls of the balloon. It wants to come out and become one with the air outside. And the more it has got that earnest desire to become one, the more the balloon also grows. It becomes more and more fat-like, and the walls become thinner and thinner. The air inside is yearning to go out, and a time comes when suddenly the balloon bursts, and the air inside and outside becomes one. Similarly, when we meditate, when we think about the glories of the Lord, that littleness, the little ego wants to escape this bondage of this body and all. Our own self, which is bound by this, as though bound by this body, it escapes and realizes its oneness with totality. So this meditating on the Virat Roop of Bhagavan becomes a sadhana for a spiritual student. So it is not just a description just for entertainment, but it is meant for our spiritual practice. So darshayamasa parthaya paramam rupam aishwaram. So Bhagavan started showing Arjuna his param roop. So what did he see? What did he see? That is now described in the next verse by Sanjay. Anek vatra nayanam Anekadbhuta darshanam Aneka divyabharanam Divyanekodyatayudham Aneka nayanam Anekadbhuta darshanam Aneka divyabharanam Divyane. Arjuna saw Aneka Vaktra Nayanam in that Bhagavan, with his divine vision, not with this eyes. So when it is said he saw, we should not imagine that he saw with his physical eyes. And whatever painting, whatever thing and all we can make is what we can see with our physical eyes only. Sometimes we hear some person and all, then after he asks, did you understand? Or we use the term see also. Yeah, he said, yeah, I see what you are saying. I see what you are saying doesn't mean that I see, but I understand. So for understanding also we use the word see. For seeing also we use the word see. But this is not a seeing of understanding. This is not a physical seeing also. It is something much subtler than that. So he saw. Aneka vaktra nayanam. He saw many mouths and many eyes. Aneka vaktra nayanam. Many mouths he saw and many eyes he saw. See, when we talk about Ishvara, Ishvara is totality. Everyone, every being and every animal, birds, plant, everything is the body of Ishvara. Is body of Ishvara. So all the mouths belongs to Ishvara, all the eyes belongs to Ishvara, all the hands belongs to Ishvara. He has got many eyes, many mouths, many heads. Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat. It's like our network. Like in a supermarket also they have these cameras placed everywhere. So all these cameras are like eyes looking. Wherever the person is moving, sometimes it goes around it also. But all these eyes and all this camera is linked to that main control room where one person is seeing all these different monitors. So he is seeing. So he has got only two eyes, but really speaking, all the eyes belongs to him only. Through all these eyes he is seeing. He is just sitting in that room, sipping his cup of coffee, but he is observing all that is happening in every place, in the kids' corner, in the other sports section, in medical section, everywhere the eyes are there. So he has got many eyes. This is just an example. Similarly, all our eyes belong to Bhagwan only. Your eyes, my eyes. He is looking through all these eyes. So just imagine if you have to see all the eyes at the same time. The eyes of animal, bird, plant, human being, all devtas and other beings and all. So you will find a lot of eyes everywhere eyes. This is my imagination. Exactly what Arjuna saw, I don't know. So aneka vaktra nayanam, he saw aneka means not one. Not one means many, countless mouths and countless eyes. Anek adbhuta darshanam, and not only that, he saw great wonderful objects and images in the form of Krishna who was in front of him. He could see most wonderful form in it. So wonderful is that which our intellect fails to explain. Eyes can see, but intellect cannot understand it. That is the great wonder. See, our senses cannot speak, and the speech cannot see. So it is a strange combination which we have in expressing our day-to-day experiences of life also. So I say, oh, I saw this beautiful flower in the garden. Who is speaking? The tongue is speaking. Did the tongue see? No, the tongue did not see. अपना बताते जाता है. The tongue, the eyes saw, and the impression went to the mind. And the impression is being translated into speech and through words and all through our tongue. So it is a long drawn process. So many things get lost. It is not very accurate. And here it is much more difficult than even describing the worldly experiences. So aneka vaktra nayanam, aneka adbhuta darshanam. Adbhut is the only thing which we can say. Most wonderful things he saw. Aneka divya bharanam, and aneka countless divya, divine abharanam, abhushanam, divine what you call ornaments he saw. And divya aneka udyata ayudham, and he saw many divine weapons also. See, Arjuna is seeing. So he is seeing now from his mind, his own thing is also playing a role in it. Also Bhagavan is showing. So Arjuna being a Kshatriya, Arjuna being what he was, he could see the different types of weapons also. See, one family going to same supermarket, each and every member of the family will see different things in that market. The child will see something else only, which others will not notice also. The mother will see something, father will see something else. Similarly here, therefore Bhagavan said, you can see whatever you desire to see, plus more. So he is saying the Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudham. So he saw many different types of weapons being held in the hands of Bhagavan. So he could see the entire vision. And these are the description, little description, and it is constantly it's not a static thing which Arjuna saw. It's constantly modifying, constantly changing. It's not that Bhagavan is stationary there and Arjuna is seeing, but at every moment he is seeing a different vision there. And that is the beauty of life. Life is constantly expressing in a new form every moment. That is the beauty of this whole world. It is not static, it's constantly changing. So further description of what he saw is given. Divya Malyambaradharam Divya Gandhanulepanam Sarvascharyamayam Devam Anantam Vishvato Mukham Divya Malyambaradharam Divya Gandhanulepanam Divyam means that divine. Divine means which is not prakrut, which is not material, which is not as we understand or experience this world. Something divine, something which is a direct expression of consciousness, heavenly. So Divya Malyambaradharam, he saw the form of God wearing different malas, different garlands of flowers, variety of flowers, wearing these malas. That is the wearing the mala is also a sign of great lordship, Aishwarya of Bhagavan.